And I was with my husband, for God's sake.
Hey T-Rex, how you
It
doing?
wasn't a short
Hey,
dress.
mate, you alright?
Hello, mate.
How are you? Hey,
I'm not too bad. How are you?
Didn't mean to interrupt there.
No, you're fine, darling. You carry on.
I've got a few issues that I need to pick up on, really.
Yeah, sure.
Some are 2 and 4, but I think it puts a lot into perspective. I mean, it depends what your brain power is, really.
Absolutely.
You had a young lady in that was saying something about the Victorian era.
Yeah, Lily.
Or about the ankles and that.
Yeah. Now, that's a load of shit. Because anyone that can Google Victorian era now knows that there was no skin or, ankles or nothing like that come into play. Obviously, we all know about Jack the Ripper.
Yeah.
Now, that was nothing to do with ankles. That was to do with courtesans, if you know what courtesans means, obviously, for the censorship of TikTok.
Yeah.
So, obviously, that argument is void. And that also plays into the point of, do short dresses, blah, blah, blah.
Yeah, sure.
Now, obviously, everyone has the right to dress how they want to. But I think more
You can, Ellie, you can.
Pardon?
No, sorry, T. I'm just replying to the chat. You go ahead.
Yeah, no worries. I was going to say that the dress issue is half and half, because I agree. I'm a parent myself. I'd never let my daughter walk out in a short dress, blah blah blah. But also,
why wouldn't you?
I'm just about to get into this. Because on the other side of the same coin, I think it's a major societal issue.
Yeah.
So it's not a case of, obviously there's wrongings everywhere, isn't there? But it's not a case of, you said something before about being in a bar and, getting your arse slapped or whatever. We all know it goes both ways, but if we look at the statistics of that, also in the same argument, it's less reported from males than it is from females.
Yeah.
Just looking from a statistic and fact standpoint.
100%, yeah.
So, I do agree with the dress issue, but I also agree it's more of a societal issue, because if you look at history, as time's gone on, you can argue treatment of women, blah, 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 but you can also argue the fact of, well, it's probably less reported as well, to be fair, in case of argument. But you can also look at the fact of, it doesn't matter how you're dressed, male, female, binary, non-binary, doesn't matter. It's going to happen regardless. So the dress issue of your argument is actually void.
May I ask you a question on that, please, if I may?
Yeah, of course you can.
Yeah, just 1 second, Susie, I'll let you in a second. So you're saying that's actually void, T-Rex?
Yeah.
So you told me at the start of this that you watch what your kids are wearing in terms of when they go out.
Yeah, but then I explained from that why.
Okay, so you're telling your kids what not to wear, because of what reason?
It's a societal issue.
So is it society that's gonna grape your child?
Yes.
Society's gonna.
Well, yeah, it's the people in society, so yes.
So you're talking about the people, T-Rex. It's not society and people is not interchangeable, is it?
Well, it is interchangeable in the fact if you look at the statistics and think about how many times people are getting caught for doing these sort of unspeakable things, the sort of people that are in power getting caught of these sort of things are people that we are meant to respect and trust with our children and stuff like that. Like, we all know, like, it's happened. So Yeah, it is society, but not a society as a whole. Yeah, like minority or a percentage, but yes, society.
But has society changed that much? I'm nearly 40. My dad wouldn't let me go out as a youngster in skirts or dresses or makeup.
Yeah,
No,
me.
no, of course, but also you'd be allowed to scour your local, your town or whatever.
No, I wasn't.
No?
I had a curfew.
See, now it was different for people that I know of elder ages. It was a lot different for me as a younger age.
T-Rex, I've loved having you in, mate. I've got so many people wanting to come in, so if you'd like to comment on anything else, if you'd like to do that, is that all right?
Well, I'd like to see what your view is on that, really.
What my view is on society?
Well, no, my view on what I've said. Well, your view on what I've said, should I say.
So my view of what you've said is that I don't think that it's coherent. I don't think that it's quite together.
No.
I think that at the start of what you said about protecting your child by obviously allowing certain clothes, and then at the end of the statement you said that it's not down to the clothes. I disagree with that.
No, I never said I didn't. I never said that. No, I don't believe it was down to the clothes. I believe that it's a society issue because society has changed so much that now it's semi-normalised for wrong-uns, basically. That it doesn't matter what you wear. Not everybody should have the right to wear what you want to wear, but you're saying that because what? Your kid wears a short dress, she goes to the park, she's gonna get raped. Nah, it don't work like that, does it?
No, T-Rex. You're taking that completely too concentrated. What I've said is that it could be a possible factor in contributing to something occurring, and as what you said at the beginning of your
and the occurring factor is society is going west, mate. And the fact that the fact that you're highlighting it's a dress issue just shows that your view's a bit wayward.
That's not about. We're not highlighting the sole cause of people getting assaulted is a dress. If that's what you've got from that, Tflex, then I think that.
Well, it says here on your live that short dresses leads to assaults. So
if something leads to something or contributes to something, does that mean that it's the sole cause of it?
Right. So you wearing jeans in a gay club contributes to you being touched up, does it?
I don't know if you're following what I'm saying, Tflex.
No, but my point is, one of the points I made that you clearly missed is that assault happens both ways. So you're clearly missing the point of what I'm arguing against. That dressing how you want to dress doesn't contribute towards being assaulted.
Well then, why are you advising your kids to dress in a certain way?
Because it's a societal issue. That's why.
What do you mean it's a societal issue? What are you talking about? It's a societal issue. Could mean 1,000,001 things. What does it mean?
It's a societal issue because years ago, maybe in the fucking 70s, 60s, 80s, it wasn't as much. Maybe it wasn't reported as much. Granted, because I'm not as, I'm not gonna fucking not taking out, like a point against myself. But at the same time, right, it doesn't matter how you dress. If you're wearing a skirt at school, doesn't mean that as soon as you leave the house, you're going to get SA'd or whatever. So it's not where short dresses lead to assaults. It's a societal issue of the way that how people think and the fact that we need to get a grip and not normalising and start, calling people that, do stuff like that, maps and stuff, we need to stop normalising that stuff instead of, it's how people dress or how your children dress. It's not a dress issue. It's a societal issue because we need to get a grip on people on how they think, not on how people dress.
I agree with you, mate. I agree with you in that sense. And what I'm saying is how people dress could be a contributing factor to that.
Yeah, and that's because it's not a dress issue, a societal issue.
I'm not saying it's a be all and end all. We're saying it could be a contributor. Do you understand?
I do agree it's a contribute. I do agree, but you can't sit there and say if you wear a short dress, you're going to get assaulted, or it leads to being assaulted.
That's what the statement says in order to get people's opinions flowing to T-Rex. So it's not necessarily the truth. It's not necessarily my belief or the status quo. It's there as something for someone to read and then to start to generate a thought and an opinion about it. That's what that's there for.
No, yeah, I understand that, but that's my opinion and that's my facts from it. But I've heard you rebuttaling to other people and then sitting there and fully backing what you're saying on the top there regarding that line. So you can't sit there and say, oh, well, that's not your belief, because you've just had Dr. House in here and, you know, basically backing everything. So
T-Rex, it's difficult to talk to you, mate, because no matter what I'm saying, it's not really getting home.
Yeah,
I've got a lot of people that want to come on, mate, but I really appreciate you popping up and come back and see us some other time.
Yeah, true.
Popping up and come back and see us some other time. I appreciate your contribution, but we're not getting anywhere fast on that one.